What's going on? Welcome back. While we wait on our charcoal to get ready to put our hot dogs onto the grill, I'm going to show you how I put line on my fishing rod. I like to hook between 4 and 6. Today we're going to be putting 4-pound test line on it, which is plenty for trout fishing. But for this brand here, we're using it because it's what they had on sale at the store. It's all they had. They didn't have anything lighter than this, so this is what we were left to choose. And to be honest with you, I've used this brand before and it works just as good as the rest of them. Now with this Blues rod, I'm not saying it's the best rod out there. I'm not saying it's the most expensive or the most cheapest rod out there. But the reel that came with the combo, unfortunately, is junk. I had it on there. It lasted for maybe a week, and then it had a problem. I had a problem with it where every time I would cast it out and go to reel it in, it would reel in, but you could spin it both ways. Now, yes, I know there's a button at the bottom, so you can spin it forward and backwards. But the reel that came with this one, it, regardless of which side you set it on, it would not do that. So I junked it. I got a Lose, what is this? A Lose Mr. Trout reel. And I've had that on here for 2 years now, and I have not had a problem with it. I actually really love this. This little thing, this little fishing rod is, oh my God, dude. This little fishing rod is amazing. Can't go wrong with a fast action ultralight rod. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, show you how I put my line on. Give me 1 second, I gotta go check the jar. First things first, I think we all personally know this. A lot of people like to start at the very top. It's all fine and dandy, but for just reeling this up, I'm gonna stick this through the very bottom loophole. Tie a nice little knot. Nothing crazy here. All right, quick break. I'm gonna put the fishing rod down. These ballpark turkey dogs, the only kind of hot dogs we eat. I don't really eat hot dogs, but when we do, turkey dogs. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick these on the grill. Got the charcoal nice and charked up. Stick the dogs on there. Now that we got our hot dogs on the grill, we got that taken care of. Move this chair out of the way so you guys can probably see me a little bit better. All right. So the first thing I do, like I said, when I'm setting up my reel and I'm setting it up with new line, I never feed it to the top. I'll feed it to the bottom eye. It helps. It's faster to set your line up this way. And then when I tie any fishing rod to start off with, when any brand new line, I'll tie an arbor knot on the reel. And we're just gonna come in here. I'm gonna take the excess off like so, and tighten up this drag. I don't know if you can hear her, she's squealing. Let's see. Yeah, tighten up this drag, and I'm gonna add a little pressure to it. And I'm gonna feed this whole spool of line on here. This line is 150 yards, and if I'm not mistaken, this reel is set up for 4 pounds, 160. So we're gonna feed this whole line on here. Yeah. And here's a magic trick. I'm doing it outside on the table. This is what I'm gonna do. You find yourself a stick. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Find yourself a nice little stick. Break it. Don't have to be a sturdy one. We just poke her through there. And because we're on a picnic table, we shove her down in that hole like so. Try to set her up, and bada bang, bada boom. That way when you're sitting here and you're trying to spool your line, it's just going to go around it now. Don't listen to me, I lied. Anyways, normally if you got kids, have your kids hold it. If not, I like to take a stick and I'll put it through the center of the spoil. I'll come down here on my chair and I'll just prop it up like this to where the stick is propped up, and all you got to do is reel now. And I'll keep pressure on the line just so it doesn't tangle. I want my line to go on tight. I don't want it to go on extremely tight, but tight enough. Having a little difficulties here. Yeah, we just let that fall for now. Normally it works. I don't know why it's not working. Of course it's not going to work while I'm on camera, right? Keep it tight. We're just going to spool this whole reel up. And to be honest with you, I normally have the kids help me. Inside it's a little easier because inside I'll take a pot lid that has the holes in it, and I'll feed it up through the hole, and I'll set it on the table, and I'll just spool it up like that. You don't have to worry about it going nowhere. With every rod that I have, when I put new line on it, which I tend to do once a year, there's some rods that I don't use. I have quite a few rods, so my wife says, right? Yeah, spool this all the way up. As fishermen, you can never have too many rods. You gotta have a rod for everything, right? When you go fishing, you want different lures on certain rods that are set up for certain things, right? Yeah. There we go. We have it all. I'll loosen my drag up now. And now, I know you don't have to do it this way. This is just how I do it. Now I'll run it up all the way up to the top. For me, I just find it easier to do it this way. Especially as you've seen with all the difficulties that I had with getting the spoil of a fishing line to stay stationary. I mean, because unfortunately you can't prepare for everything. Sometimes things just don't work the way we want them to work, and unfortunately it's just a part of life. It's just how it goes. I'll pull this all the way out to where we need it, and then we'll pull this down, and this little notch that's right there. What I'll do, I'll take this line, I'll pop it on there just like so. I'll cut this part of the line that I don't need, and that way you have it just like, no, I'm trying to get where you can see it. The way you can have it just like this, and then from there it's already set up for when I need it. So from there, whenever we go out, I'll tie a little rooster tail onto it, a little hook with sinker, a little drop shot. However you're setting it up and going, whatever fishing you're doing that day, and however you want to set up your rig. And this is how I set up my fishing rod. This is how I string up my fishing rod. Regardless if this is an ultralight rod or not, I do all the basic steps the same exact way for every single setup. Thank you. And remember, tomorrow's adventure starts with you.